Welcome, Stephane. First of all, don't let the American accent fool you. I'm an Arsenal supporter. So
very good.
Yeah, and
Arsenal supporter here too. So that's
I've been here for long enough where I've forgotten that a football was, when I grew up, was actually shaped like an olive, but it's supposed to be shaped round. So for those of you who are watching overseas, particularly in the U.S., when we use the term football, we will be referring to the world sport, which is elsewhere referred to as soccer. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about Footballistic, the IMDb, if you will, of basically the world sport, football.
Yeah, exactly. So before I even start, I would like to know if there are some people interested in football here in the audience. Okay, so do you guys know that in 2 weeks there will be something called the World Cup? Okay, good. So basically Footballistic, as you said, is the IMDb for football. And the reason why we tend to call it IMDb is because the initial vision is that there isn't a place on the internet where you can find data and comprehensive data about football, which is by far the #1 sport in the world. So we decided to create this thing because we're a bunch of passionate people, and it does help to be passionate about what you build. And then we said, okay, if you want to follow, say, Cristiano Ronaldo, this top player, if you're a Portuguese fan, you can go to this Portuguese website, and then he moves to Manchester United. And if you don't speak Portuguese, you cannot follow what he's doing because now he's a Manchester United fan. So that's a problem. And when he comes back to Real Madrid, if you speak Spanish, that's fine. But if you don't, you're lost. So the initial vision is for us to build a web destination where whether you speak English, Spanish, French, and today Chinese, because I'm here in order to say that we released the Chinese version of Footballistic today. You don't have to go to multiple sources in order to find the data you're looking for. And by data, I mean the games they played, the teams all over the world, the bookings, the substitutions, and the goals. So today we have more than 20,000 players in our database. It's growing every day. And we are also very proud to announce that we have released a new version for the FIFA World Cup.
Wow, congratulations! So this must be a big time for you guys, because when did you actually get started?
So we started the company 1 year ago with this initial vision, and we quickly realized that data wasn't enough. That some people would be interested in getting data for football, but it wasn't the main concern of everyone in the room. So we said, okay, let's add more and more things. So we added photos, we added videos, we added blog posts, and news, and even tweets in the context of one player of one page. So, and we actually released the website on January 3rd. So a little bit more than 4 months ago. We got tremendous traction. We added 3 languages. We also support Turkish and Chinese. And we are adding more and more languages. Brazilian is supposed to be coming very soon. And as time goes, as people come to the site and tell us what they think about what we're doing, we'll add more features.
In China, we are a nation of what we would call chomi. I mean, we truly are a country where we love our football. And there's no better way to judge how much this country loves football than to see how the quality of driving and the quality of work declines during the World Cup, because you've got these guys who are like staying up till, oh my God, in the morning, right? Who will be watching the games out of South Africa, and then they'll come to work the next day and they'll look like zombies. What are the sorts of things, and you're very early on in the process, and you're creating a global site for a worldwide sport. What have you been able to accomplish so far to appeal to the Chinese fan, and what do you have ahead of you in terms of plans to expand that?
So the first thing really for us was to have the website in Chinese, because when you want to talk to local people wherever they are, you have to tell them the story in their own language. That's the basic thing. We also, when we localized the website, we also made sure to implement the feature that would be appealing to Chinese people. So we, for instance, have videos coming out of Youku. Everything is available in Chinese and in the context of a Chinese culture. So that was very important for us.
That's an awful lot of localization or translation work. I'm thinking, just 20,000 records of footballers alone, trying to get all that into Chinese. Do you do that in Europe, or do you do that here, or how does that work?
So the good thing in living in San Francisco is that you can really have people coming from all over the world.
Yeah, there you go.
So we actually had someone in our office who worked with us for 3 weeks in order to localize the website with us, and so it only took him 3 weeks.
He didn't translate 20,000 footballer records in 3 weeks.
No, but the funny thing is that he had to translate football teams that were not translated in Chinese before. So some I don't want to say obscure teams, but some teams that are not very mediatic, from Eastern Europe, for instance. So no one before him actually had to translate or to find a Chinese name for those teams. So it was quite a challenge for him, but obviously now it's live.
Where do you, the obvious question, how are you guys monetizing? I mean, the one thing, and this isn't a snide question, this is important for China because, for example, I go to the Arsenal site, and a tremendous amount of the advertising on that site involves some sort of betting on the games. And I'm thinking, that's not the sort of advertising that would play at all very well here in China. How are you guys monetizing your international sites as opposed to how you would be monetizing them for Europe?
So, and I would add the US, because it's also a very different market.
Yeah.
So far, we have not really tried to monetize the website. We are still in the process of building our database, adding new features, new languages. But really, the next step for us is to monetize it through two things. The first one is by creating signing deals with media companies. And the second one is by giving tools for football fans around the world so they can make forecasts. And I really insist on the term forecast. If someone in China, in France, or in the US wants to bet, or just wants to be the top forecaster among his friends, then he will be able to use Footballistic as a tool. For instance, we have developed this extremely powerful tool where you can basically select Team A, Arsenal, compare it to Team B, Chelsea, and see, yeah, I know Chelsea, and see.
Don't get me started.
Use 30+ indicators in order to determine what's the odd for Arsenal or Chelsea to win the next game. And we've built this set of analytics ourselves.
Excellent. Okay. Well, you and I can sit here and talk football for a very long time. Unfortunately, we are kind of out of time. Is there anything else you'd like to say to everybody here and everybody that's actually watching us online at Information Week and at TechCrunch and some of our other partners? Is there anything that you want them to know about Footballistic?
Yeah, the one thing I would like to emphasize is the fact that for football fans around the world, now is the time to regroup and to go to the one web destination where you can find everything. You don't have to spend, and we know that time is money, so you don't have to waste your time going to multiple sources. Just come to Footballistic, you'll find everything you need, and please give us feedback so we can increase the quality of what you will find.
Great. Well, good luck with the World Cup, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.